Good morning, traders. Well rested. This is the 15th of May. Been off for a couple of weeks, so gonna take a good look at what's been happening here. Hope you've been trading successfully, and we remain in these really, really tight, tight ranges. So there's a big picture for all three markets, and give you an idea of what to expect for this week. And you can see this thing seems to be squeezing tighter and tighter. Something is bound to happen. So let's see how this plays out. I've pinpointed some locations here that seem to be relevant. I mean, there's been all this chatter about 4155 in EES, and I can see it in greater and greater detail here. I just ran a line straight through, showing you how it's kind of played out. But just for the sake of where we're at right now, here and now, is we pretty much, this is really squeezing, and how we handle these moving averages will set the tone most likely for today. And all week, this market has done the same thing, or I'm sorry, not all of last week, and maybe a little bit before that, is they've rolled them early, they found a bottom, and they find their way back up to unchanged by the end of the day, or they mark them up a little bit. This market basically has zero direction right now, and I don't know what the catalyst will be for to take it in either direction. But here's your flag, so to speak, and it's peaking out at about 58, and you can kind of see that it had trouble with it a little bit up here, and they meandered. It's before the bell, it's overnight, it's low volume, doesn't mean much right now, but they are rolling them. There is a little gap fill back down to about 38, which is very significant because that's the first MA and 32 is the second MA. So this little area will be relatively significant. And you can see overnight they couldn't push it. They held the lower portion of it. As for the Nasdaq, Nasdaq's been acting really well. They're kind of beating to their own drummer. I'd watch early for maybe 13.3, and if they don't hold 13.3, then this is the big area. I got this thing kind of highlighted 13.2. Oh, let's go back to the S quickly. I gave you these locations, and there's a reason why, besides the fact that they're the moving averages, and those are significant. This is 40, let's call 40.50, and it is important. These are your two little bottoms that we could not take out at the time, was this MA, and pretty much any failure under here or here, and we're most certainly going to go back to here. There's a gap actually from about, I think, 40.30. It's an old 32, 33 down to 4,000, which is a 200, and this is probably a very significant trend line. Uh, so as for the Dow's been rolling. They tried to bring it back up a little bit. You can see also the Dow rammed them all the way up to 34.5 right into this MA, and it's rolled over as well. So, they're respecting this location for now. It's light volume overnight. This market can easily catch itself back up before the opening, run them up one more time again, get everybody squeezed out, and then roll them. I don't know. Once again, these are your parameters, 58, and now your support is up to about, well, it's actually 4100 to the pretty much, well, it's about 4108. I mean, anything under these lows that we made last week, and there might be some added selling pressure, so I would watch that location. It's been holding. I mean, this 4112 low, or these are actually 4066. Never mind those. These 4112 lows Well, actually, with the premium, I mean, this is 4,100 in the cash, SPX cash, so maybe that's why it's been holding. So we'll just see how this plays out. And once again, if the Dow kind of falls under, I don't know, 32, probably right in here around 214. And I remember this number, I don't know why I have this line, but I do remember this area because when we were underneath it, we had a, now, nonetheless, that's the area we'll watch for support. So I don't, right now, these are just parameters. This is how I usually attack it. Take a look at how far on the upside it can go before it meets resistance. Can actually run all the way up to 33,670 and still hold, stay within this flag pattern here, slight tight, this tight range, so to speak. And that's how the market's been playing out for the last 2 weeks. So, you have to be patient. If you're paying attention, you can see the market's been holding certain locations. There's been scalp, there's been some strays, but it's all about management. When you got a market that's wound this tight, you have to be very sharp about your management. So, good luck trading. I hope you guys done well. It's probably my only post for the week. So, if there's any intraday questions you guys might have, reach out to me at my email or send me a post. Send a comment in my post. I'll be more than glad to share some insight. Nonetheless, have a great session this week. Good luck and pay attention. Be patient.